things have been falling out. So I was on a bit of a wonk. Yeah, okay. There they are. Hi Lisa. How you doing? Right, I've got a new setup today, everyone. Hopefully the audio works. Probably. You mean Antifa way? You mean Antifa way? Hi Linda. Hi local. Oh, it's a shame you didn't, mate. I see James. Looks like the exact same as last time. Looks like the exact same as last time. Yeah.
Yeah, go to school, mate! No, we can't don't start. Not way too cheap and that's very true. How you doing? Fun bully in the Antifa. Why have you got a coat on top of your body armor? It's not this morning hot. How you doing, mate? It's good to see you. Yeah. More of us, less and less of them. What happened when I came in, right? The other decided to block my view, and then they attacked the two senior ladies that were with me. That's what they do, though, isn't it? Fucking cowards. That's what they do every time. Yeah. Just get a police escort. Whose streets? Lewisham Council last time I checked. Neither do you. I go there, K2.
Yeah,
I don't see much diversity over there. I see a lot of white middle-class soy boys, girls, and those in between. Poodle groom dogs. Poodle lives don't matter. Poodle lives don't matter. Oh look, it's the Legal Observer. How's your crawling drawing gone, mate? Communist scum! Off our streets! Communist scum! Off our streets! Marxist scum! Off our streets! Leninist scum! Off our streets!
Lots of different families.
Has anybody seen Diane Abbott? Where is Diane? Where is Diane Abbott, please? Who not? Communist scum! Off our street! Show your face! See, you're not scared, show your face!
Ladies and gentlemen! It's almost time! We are going to get started very shortly, my brothers and sisters. This is the trilogy, number 3, the battle for our own. Does it matter if we are Norwich residents? No! Does it matter if our crown is from Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland? No! This is about good and evil. How dare you? How dare some of you have your children here and you stand on that side of history? Fundamentally, what is wrong with you? It doesn't matter how many times you get told, you won't listen. You continue to volunteering to this. Sexuality, regardless of orientation, has no place in today's curriculum. All their upbringing. This is 101. This is common sense, guys. How do you defend your position? We have residents from Lewisham here. We have concerned citizens. We have concerned parents. We have LGBT members here. You're going to hear from somebody today and you're going to look very, very silly. They do not stand with you. As always, you have exhausted my patience. So it comes down to one simple fact. This is a call to action to the British public and to the Conservative government to declare the far left as the #1 threat to national security in 2023. Far right, is that a joke? Concerned parents, people with common sense, people that know that sexualization of minors is inherently evil. How is that far right? This is the modern day extremism that we knew would happen. LGBT got their rights from the 70s onwards, but no, it wasn't enough. TQIA+, and it's only a matter of time before you try to legitimize and normalize the letter P onto the end of it. Over 18, do what you want. Over 18, do what you want. The taxpayer shouldn't have to fund your delusions, your narcissistic personality disorder. It shouldn't have to fund it. But if you can afford it, travel to a country and have cosmetic surgery done. That's what people do, isn't it? Your money, you want to do it, travel, get it done over 18. That's not what this is about. This is about the grooming and indoctrination of minors. And it's all in the name of inclusivity, guys. You're so inclusive. You're so very inclusive. I study your signs when we come out. We do a lot of this. I study your signs. Queer joy for all ages. Everywhere the pride flag. Queer inclusivity. Where do you draw the line, guys? Somebody help me. Where do you draw the line? Queer joys for all ages, right? There is no such thing as a trans child. There is no such thing as a queer child. There is no place for grooming of minors, the sexualization of minors, regardless of orientation, in a child's upbringing. That's it. Simple. The Conservative government is onto you, the backbenchers are onto you, and Rishi Sunak did not denounce or follow Vicky Foxcroft's claim about disruption and about far-right activity. Instead, what we have is the police on side noting that our opponents, so-called Antifa, what am I looking at? Socialist worker, Antifa flags, Extinction Rebellion, trade union. It doesn't make any sense. You're all paid opposition. It makes no sense. We have the evidence that we are on the right side of history and that we want to protest peacefully. But as always, I will mention to you that your tactics are despicable. You have charged the police lines. We have not. We were asked to step across the street. We stepped across the street. You have no respect, no tolerance, and you call us fascists. Now, before we get started, because I am done with all of you, you've had far too much of my time. Frankly, I should be invoicing all of you. Before we get started, Vicky Foxcroft, MP for Lewisham, where are you? Vicky, where are you? Where are you, Vicky? Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Where are you, Vicky? We want to have a conversation with you. We deal with MPs all the time. Red, blue, this isn't about politics. This is about right and wrong. good and evil. Let's have a conversation. Where are you, Vicky? Nowhere. As I said, guys, you're going to be very shocked and you're going to look very, very silly with regards to what our first speaker has to say to the great British public and to you today also. We are honoured to have from America, from the US of A, we are honoured to have the presence of Scott Nugent, who is going to be telling you exactly as it is. And this forms part of the global movement. That is, this is something that has to be called out. There is no such thing as a trans child. The use of pronouns is ridiculous. There is no gender dysphoria. Orientation, hetero or otherwise, doesn't belong in a child's upbringing. And we know also the mass propaganda campaign that exists through RSE in our schools. We know that. The mass propaganda. Who isn't confused growing up? I mean, I wasn't. I'm an exception. Who isn't confused? Of course we are. Tomboys. Potentially people that want something different from the established norm. What's wrong with that? Don't tell me there isn't a propaganda regime in our institutions, in our schools, influencing the most vulnerable in society. There is. It's absolutely everywhere. Everywhere is where it is, guys. We are going to get started with our first speaker, and Scott is going to do 10 times better than what I can do, and I really, really fear for all of your emotional well-being afterwards, guys, because here it is, okay? We are very, very lucky to have Scott, part of the global movement, a major name, and God bless Scott for being present with us today to say it as it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Scott Nugent! Woo!
Just for a second, if everybody has a child, just give me 30 seconds. Because first of all, these guys are disgusting, and you guys are disgusting. My heart is breaking all the way around. This is not the way human beings are supposed to be. They're not. Nobody's listening to the truth. I would like to talk to you. I'm a lesbian. I'm a trans man. I should be over there. I should be over there. Let me tell you why I'm not. Let me tell you why I'm not. This is absolutely heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. So I'm going to speak, and I hope that somebody listens. Somebody listens. My name is Scott Nugent. I'm a lesbian, and I decided to become a trans man. Despite having altered my body surgically, hormones, I look like a man, but I am not. I'm a woman who's carried birth. I have 3 children. So I know quite, yes. I don't want to stand with anybody but myself. This is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, everybody. This is heartbreaking. This is heartbreaking.
No, they're not evil. They're human beings. We're all human beings, and that's a problem. The human rights and wants and desires of all, whether straight or gay, the right to love another adult, consenting, respected, protected under the laws of every country is needed and is a righteous right. These righteous rights are rights that gays and lesbians fought for over 100 years. And they were righteous rights. They were needed rights. They were rights that we needed to grant as homosexuals. Remember, I'm a lesbian. Stonewall was founded in 1989, and these rights were the future rights for Stonewall. And these rights were righteous rights. In 2002, Stonewall made a righteous fight come true. And in 2002, Stonewall got same-sex adoption for same-sex couples like me. That was a righteous right. You're not listening to me. In 2003, equal appointment was founded and fought by Stonewall, and this was a righteous right. In 2013, same-sex marriage was passed and fought by Stonewall. Thank God for Stonewall. That was a righteous right. The rights of human dignity to love whom we love, to be recognized in the eyes of the law, protected with dignity within this land and Britain and abroad, is a righteous right. Once we won these rights, it's where our community faltered, where you faltered. The activism business model was lost after our rights were won. And after our rights were won, we stepped on the heads of children to maintain activism. In 2015, righteous Stonewall was about to file bankruptcy. In 2015, in 2016, they had a 32% year-over-year growth. The reason why they faltered is because all the righteous rights were won. In 2016, they signed with mermaids to medically transition children. They had a 32% year-over-year growth. In the United States, that would have caused a huge scandal. The only difference they did from one year to another was to sign and medicalize children. In 2015, my Texas governor, who is a conservative, right-wing evangelical against homosexual rights, started to take $2.5 million from a gender clinic. In 2017, in Texas, we went from medicalizing 22 children with puberty blockers to a 4,000% increase. That increased profit went from $4 million to under $100 million. This is not a righteous right. And all of this is disgusting. All of it. You, we're medically transitioning children.
Yeah, sure.
We're butchering children. And you won't talk to anybody. You won't talk to anybody.
You have to pick a side and stand on it. You have to pick a side and stand on it. If they don't have an official NUJ, they're not crap.
Wave your hand. If your name is Castor, wave your hand. If your name is Castor, where is Mr. Castor? Go and colour something in. Oh look, the legal observer's scribbling in his notebook. He's scribbling away the film. This is Kevin. Police liaison officer, lady, I need to speak to you again. PC Barheads, can I borrow you for a second?
How's everyone doing in the chat? I don't know where Jim is. He might swing down last time here, though he didn't. It's not a wonder if he keeps getting attacked here, so I wouldn't be surprised if he comes
Sergeant,
up.
can I speak to you for a second?
Your colleague a few minutes ago, one of your colleagues got a flag out, came over, very aggressive, started pressing her, started filming
insane. Who is it? He's insane. So when we got a player, he came over. What's that about?
The bloke who said this is the Honour Oak pub in London. Forest Hill, I think.
Why are you doing that? And also, it's not a criminal offence to play games. I know what we're
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Please bear with us while we address some technical difficulties.
Yeah, I know. That's what they do say. Reese is here. Reese is here. Yeah, I've seen him. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Stop lying! IOPC complaint for you!
Yeah.
Oh, thank you! You did film me on your phone! That's an FOII request then. Nice one. Shouldn't be filming on your own personal phone, should you?
Well, you're blocking the payment now.
No, I'm going to go that way. Just
Oh. Where are you going? Oh, watch out! Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, she's drunk, I think. I was nearly wore a coat as well.
Sorry. Thank you very much.
They're clapping.
I know.
I'm coming in.
Are we all? We are on. We are on. Fantastic. Fantastico. Lighten up, guys. Seriously, lighten up. Right, we're here to have a conversation with you. You know that, okay? A lot of hatred, but remember, we're here to have a conversation. All right, guys? Now, we have one more speaker, and then maybe a few special surprises. I understand that the siren approach is to silence me, is that correct? Is the sirens to silence me? Okay. And the shouting, that's to silence me. Okay. I get it. You don't want to hear. You don't want to listen. I know. Middle fingers, mate. Trust me, pal. This is me we're talking about. We're going to introduce our next speaker. There's nothing left for us to say about this part of London, about this establishment, about the patrons, the parents, and about you lot. Okay? We're going to go a different route. Okay? We're going to go a very different route. As I've said before, guys, you've had patience, you've had tolerance, you've had respect from our side. What tolerance, patience and respect have you shown us? You haven't, have you? Has Vicky Foxcroft arrived? Just so I know. Has she actually arrived? Because she can speak to me directly, just in case she has arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, by the way, we made it to the pub. Let me know when that gag gets old, yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special speaker, Tiana Islam. Give her a big hand, guys. Come on, give her a big hand.
First of all, can I start by saying, why is this called a far-right movement? When did protecting our children become a far-right movement? I saw an advert here today, before coming here, which read this was a family-friendly event. Family-friendly event. A drag queen show being a family-friendly event. That's an oxymoron. That does not make sense. Those few words should never be used together. Transgenderism is a belief system that is starting to look a lot like a cult. And cults are not good, by the way. They have a corrosive impact because they influence through religious context. It is frightening to see, like a cult, the LGBT community,
Someone give me a time check for any
Children's Story
chance.
Hour as a compelling conversion technique for exploiting the vulnerable minds of children. Did you know that the government consensus of 2021 showed that only 3% of the population identify as LGBT? 3%! Does this qualify as a majority? 3% of the population qualify as LGBT. The definition of something being the overwhelming majority means that it has to be over 65%. Can you see how this is ultimately a politicized agenda? The total number of transgenders remains tiny. There is a tiny number of transgender people in our society, but it has moved to mainstream. It's moved to mainstream. Why? Because the people in the positions of power, the people in education, the people in education, the people in social workers, the people in medicine, everyone has backed this ideology. And not only because of local and national government, this is not a majority. So this is going to erode the biology-based rights of individuals, and more importantly, undermine child protection. This expansion of LGBT rights is something we should all fear. It is leading to a frightening growth in the public and private sector of the speech and behavior. Can you imagine? 3% of our country is regulating our language. 3% of the country, and you call this the overwhelming majority. There is a radical misconception here. There is a big problem with people's perception of why we are here today, fighting against your cause.
Shut up, you fat cunt!
We are standing against it. This means that
Look at the fucking state here!
what you guys are doing is a means to justify the end to more sexual molestation of children. What you do in the privacy of your own homes is not something we are concerned with. We don't care what you do in the privacy of your own homes. But you are all here stepping on all moral religious boundaries at schools, and you're establishing a transgender curriculum whether you are Hindu, whether you are Christian, black, whether you're white, whether you're American, whether you're Chinese, it does not matter. We are all part of a very large cause here. I call people of all Muslim, whether you are part of the Judaism. We can reunite forces here to use our faith to serve as agents of a cultural ethics to motivate each other to work for positive social change. And more importantly, we cannot promote the physical and psychological well-being of children if they are being hijacked by this insane movement. How far is this going to go? How far is this going to go? Not only have you appropriated all the colors of the rainbow, now you're adding baby pink and baby blue. What's next? Are you going to add P for pedophilia?
Already have.
It certainly seems like it, because the United Nations very recently said, they declared that children can consent to sex with adults. The United Nations said this, that children can consent to sex with adults. The International Commission are protecting and they're decriminalizing pedophilia. Is this the road we want to go down? Children do not need to know about homosexual, and you guys all argue about the fact that we tell them about heterosexual stories. They don't need to know about either. They don't need to know about homosexual rights, and they do not need to know about homosexual.
Hetero.
It's just not appropriate for this stage of their life. So the LGBTQ social and political agenda are targeting our children and teenagers because they are the most impressionable. They are living their lives in the most formative years of their lives, and you are trying to indoctrinate them because you thrive. You thrive off of indoctrination. Not logic, not reason, not biology. You guys thrive off of indoctrination. And we keep having events like this, drag story time for kids, which parents are willingly bringing their children to. These events involve men dressed like vulgar women who read LGBTQ themed storybooks in the guise of performing a public service. You're not doing a public service, you are abusing children. And the real agenda is grooming them. You are grooming the next generation. Say it like it is, you are grooming the next generation. And by the way, who makes the most money out of you grooming children? Big Pharma. Because why? It's the children that are going to have surgeries afterwards. And you're promoting a Big Pharma agenda. And parents are not only allowing it, you guys are embracing this. You're embracing it, and not only embracing it, you are encouraging this behavior. The only way we will survive is if we go back to basics. The most basic social unit of civilization. Do you guys know what the basic unit of social civilization is? It's the family. The family is the only system that protects and enshrines the sacredness of the traditional family and religious scripture. This is not a movement to celebrate and highlight all types of personal lifestyle anymore, because it is an overbearing infringement on the 99% of the population. The extreme sexualization of all aspects of our lives. It's a sickness. It is a sickness. It is a sickness, and it will fester. It will fester deep, deep, deep in our children's psyche. And you guys don't care about the fact that your children will grow up with mental illness because you're promoting it. You're literally promoting something that contributes to your children having a mental sickness. So I hope you're proud of yourselves, by the way. And as a Muslim, I have every right to be part of the 4 million population of this country to say what I want as freely as you guys do. And like my Jewish, Christian brothers and sisters, we honor the laws of God and nature. So however much you persist, there is no way you can overturn biological human nature. There is no way. You can try for centuries and centuries. It's not going to work. Our holy scripture, the Quran, and the edicts of Prophet Muhammad are not based on exclusion. They are not based on exclusion. They are not based on persecution. There is no record in Islam as the Prophet saying, have anyone punished for being homosexual. There is no one in Islam that is being punished for being homosexual. However, it makes sense. It makes sense that in Islam, it says, do you know what it says in Islam? It says that Islam warns that the fabric of society will be ripped apart by any deviant behavior, sexual or otherwise. There has to be boundaries. The sacred union between man and woman is not an irrational moral code. The authorities are using the transgender ideology as an instrument of this manipulation. And you're all falling for it. You're all falling for it. Individuals in Islam are not identified by their sexuality. There are no words such as straight or gay in Islam. We dignify people in relation to their embodiment of God, not through any indulgent desires that they are experiencing. So this deliberate imitation of the opposite sex, what you guys are doing with Drag Story Hour, you're deliberately imitating the opposite sex. It's not only forbidden in all religions, it's the absolute extreme of that behavior. We are encouraged to limit and regulate any door. I think any religion, whether you are Christian, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Hindu, every religion forbids temptating yourself that allows you to open the doors to any sort of sexual deviancy. And this extreme form of sexual liberation that you all embrace, and what you call empowerment these days, this is not something to be proud of. This is not something to be proud of. It's but you guys call bravery what should be called lack of shame. And making the world a better place doesn't start with sexually educating our children. It starts with safeguarding them. If parents are okay with bringing their kids to drag story time, what's next? What is next? Guys, tell me what is next. Are you going to bring your children to play dates to a brothel? Are you going to bring your children to play dates to a strip club? Is that what's next? It may seem shocking and crazy right now, but this is the path you're all going down. Your children should be taken away from you. To be frank, all your children, all of you guys standing there, your children should be taken away from you. We should have child protective services take your children away, because children are being taken away for far less than what you're doing. So don't ask yourselves, do not ask yourselves why children need to see drag, because apparently that's your argument. You keep saying children love drag. Children love drag, they need to see it. That's not the question. Why do drag queens need an audience of children? number one question you should be asking yourself?
Tiana, yes! Well done! Amazing, thank you so much, Tiana. There's a few scuffles happening over there. There's a few scuffles happening over there. Why are you so angry, guys? Why are you so angry? Why are you fighting like that? That's not very nice, is it? Tiana, thank you so much. Thank you to all of our speakers today. Just a bit of unity. I like to see that on a Saturday afternoon. Very civilised indeed. Who's hot? My goodness. So, we will have another speaker, but seeing as you're all here, can somebody please tell me what the Palestinian flag was doing over there? Are you even remotely aware of what your cause would result in? You obviously haven't been to Iran, Iraq, if you were in Palestine now, or West Bank or Gaza, if you were there now, do you know what would happen to you? Awkward! It's so awkward! It's a joke! The woke mob, the unions, Antifa, the far left, trans, the radical trans lobby, socialism, Palestine, you've all teamed up because the end goal is anarchy. Marxism, far left, call it what you want. It's the same story. You're all about revolution. In the free, liberal, democratic West, you want to see carnage. You want to see anarchy. There is no such thing as trans in kids. There's no such thing as pronouns. It's all extremism. The Palestinian flag on the side of the woke mob. My brothers and sisters, do you have any idea how ridiculous that makes you look? But you don't care. Because remember, for you it's feelings first, and then facts not second, but further down the line, probably at 20 or 25 on the priority list. So logic doesn't matter to you, does it? It's just inclusion, it's just story time. Facts and logic and reason, codes, morals, ethics, doesn't matter, does it? It's just story time, isn't it? It's just, what did you say? It's just drags and makeup. What are you so afraid of? It's very clever. Your marketing campaign is very, very clever. There's no problem. It's just inclusion. The British public is waking up to the fact that the inclusion agenda has been hijacked by far left extremism. And that is what the government is now onto, albeit at snail's pace. We're going to hear from a couple more speakers, guys. Give us a minute, have a break, have a Kit Kat. Chill out. It's Saturday.
Hold this again. Although he did, you know, to be two moved
Okay, guys. Okay. There seems to be an awful lot of altercations happening on your side over there. You're all on the same side over there. There seems to be an awful lot of altercations happening. Why is that? Why are you guys fighting with each other? Yeah, parents who have brought your children to this standing on that side. May I just say, may God have mercy on your souls, because I'm done with you. I am done with that. How can you? How can you?
Right guys, it's time for another speaker, okay? He's come at his own expense. He's well known within the veteran community. So as always, for those of us that were brought up correctly, we know how to address and speak to our veterans. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure and an honour to introduce Simon Bean. Yes, Simon!
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a military man. Therefore, I'll keep this very short and very simple for the hard of thinking. I don't like your politics. You don't like my politics. I don't like the ideologies that you're pushing onto the children of this nation. I have children. That's led to grandchildren. And I will do absolutely anything in my powers to stand, fight and protect those children. Back off now, stand down and grow a brain. Any harm that comes to our children, I guarantee you this, I will look for you, I will find you, and I will hand you over to the authorities. I'll leave you with that thought. This call sign is out.
That's the spirit, Simon. Absolutely. Short, sweet business. Absolutely. The crowd opposite us, you deserve nothing less, nothing more, just business. This is not okay. We're going to hear from another military man, and we await your disrespect and your lack of honour. Disgusting how you speak to our veteran, our very own Roy. As usual, he's flirting. Roy, may I get your attention, please, Roy? This is where you start your chant that he's not a real general. The freedoms that you enjoy today to do this is because veterans sacrificed their life, and yet you dare disrespect our veterans. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. Lunatics. If it comes to it, and it will come to it, and you're all conscription, God forbid, but if it comes to it, what use are you lot going to be? Seriously, you don't even respect your veterans, you don't even respect your elders. We're sitting ducks. God forbid it happens. Alright, we're going to move on to our next speaker. He doesn't need an introduction, you know who he is. His name's Roy, he's not the real general, he's one of us, he's on the right side of history. Give him a big hand. Roy, everyone. Go on, Roy.
Oh, thanks, Nick. I was even clapping myself then, I got carried away. Good afternoon, everybody. It's nice for you to all turn up again. I know the house cleaning hasn't been done again today, and you haven't got a job to go to. Don't worry about that. The social will pay out your money on a Monday. You'll all get your social money. Listen, this pub is called the Honour Oak. It should be called the Honourable Oak, not the Honour Oak. There's no honour in this pub. There's no honour with you people. The honour for these people belongs over here, not over there. These people, men and women and trans activists, stand with us over this side. I noticed today how all heavily involved you are in the Socialist Party, because they pay for all your posters, all your banners. They pay for all of it because you guys have no money. You can't afford it. You get shipped in here and you get shipped out of here. TrAntiFa will outlive you all. Well, if that's the case, everybody will die. Everybody will die. Nobody will breed. Nobody will have children. Because we'll all be dead. We'll all die out in 100 years. There'll be none of us left. Who will come to the honourable oak then? Nobody. All I've got to say, here we go. Come on. Come louder. Come on. I'm not a real general. Brother, you children are so observant. But one thing you are, you're real paedophiles and you're real enablers of this organisation messing with our children. I'll just say one more thing. We will stop coming when you stop bringing children to this event. We don't care. We love Dame Everidge and Lily Savage, no problems. Our problems is when you perverts dance around in thongs with your false titties hanging out in front of our children. So stop bringing children to these events, and we will stop coming, and we can do something else, and you can stay at home counting your social security money, you strange pedo enablers. Thank you for listening to the Not the Real General.
Hashtag not the real general. Not a real general. Thank you for your service, Roy, and thank you for being here today to speak with us. We're going to take a short recess, guys, but we're not going anywhere yet. We're going to get our next speaker on in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, before I forget, as always, thank you to the police. Your job is to impartially police and keep the peace. I can only imagine how stressful your job is, and I mean that sincerely. Very stressful. I think you do a blinding job. I think, if I may, because I've got a platform, keep it fair, guys. You know what happened earlier. We rocked up. The lefties and the counter protesters were physical with us. You asked us to move. We moved. They trailed us. They followed us. Then they you kettled them, then they charged the line, then they charged the line again, and again, then it kicked off. So come on, guys, thank you for doing a great job. You've got families, do you know what I mean? I completely respect how hard your line of work is, but keep it fair, right? Whatever was spoken of in the 80s and the 90s, this is 2023 now, believe me, the #1 threat to national security is the far left in Britain. There is nothing wrong with being a patriot, there is nothing wrong with being God-fearing, and there is nothing wrong with being right-wing, and there is nothing wrong with being conservative. So we will have someone at the helm, whether it's Rishi or someone else. One day, before my time is up, we will have someone at the helm denouncing all this, and we will be coming together under one flag, whether you are economically left or economically right. Culturally, sorry, but our culture's in a mess. Somebody's got to stand up and do the right thing, because look at the state of it. I've already spoken about the woke mob. Makes no sense. This is what happens with liberalism, liberal parenting, liberal policing, liberal policy making. And there's nothing wrong with saying that. It doesn't make anyone a bad person. Culture first, economy second. And God bless all those God-fearing patriots who have joined sides with us and stand, giving up their free time. It's not just you guys I want to thank, but thank all of our supporters. And it is a worldwide movement, guys. Anti-woke, standing up for kids, standing up for women's spaces. It's all part of the same agenda. We are on the right side of history. And to say that, my God, he's absolutely incredible. The human race. What's left of us? What's left of us if we buy into this? Absolute madness, guys. I know you're not listening, and I know you don't care. You want to see the nuclear family destroyed. You want to see Christianity destroyed. And you want to introduce the letter P to LGBTQIA+. I know. So that separates us enormously, okay? But again, thank you to all of our supporters here, now, in the protest, in the awareness scene, and globally as well. And thank you to the police. Okay, you've done a all right job today. It's been better previously. I think we've been treated a little bit unfairly, but you've done a grand job, Blake. Thank you very much. guys, excuse me, can we have this person removed, please? They are not on our side, and we'd like them removed. We know what your tactics are, can we have it removed, please? Out, 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 out. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? I'll address you specifically because you tweeted us, you tried to get in with us. Yeah, we've seen the DMs, we're talking to you. We know what you do. You try and infiltrate us. We see you a mile away. We see you a mile away. Absolutely awful. Where are you going? Is he one of us? Where are you going? I'm not finished yet. Where are you going? You're dismissed when I say you're dismissed, soldier. Unbelievable. Is he one of us? Is he one of us? He's not. He's one of theirs. He's not one of us. And rightly so. And right. That's very true, bro. That's very true. But God, I said it out of fairness. The protesters. I can neither confirm nor deny on record, sir. But I do know that I'm grateful to have this platform of you people here. We're going to get another speaker up, guys, because we're all going to get 3rd-degree sunburn, so let's go all in. Bear with me. Oh, ladies and... Alright guys, so what I find interesting is that we got lots of stand up to racism, okay? But if we bring a Muslim speaker, we're racist. If we have men and women of colour, we're racist. Can everybody take a look at the yellow banner over here? Oh, what are we doing now? Are we rushing the line? Oh, we're rushing the line! Oh, we're rushing the line! We're rushing the line! Come on, stand up! What are you doing? What are you doing? Arrest him! Look at that! Who are the thugs? It's the same names every time! It's the same people every time! Arrest them! We're going to take a short recess whilst we enjoy the show. What are you thinking? You're the counter-protesters! You're surrounded by vests! What are you thinking? Why are you rushing the line? Why would you ever do that? Why would you ever do that? You're still going! They're still going! Who's peaceful? We are! So I have to say, the funniest part of Vicky Foxcroft saying that we're here to intimidate is that we're peaceful and you are violent fascists. You are the fascists who use violence to try and shut down voices that you don't like. You attack police. You are not law-abiding citizens. You are thugs. You are bullies. You should hang your heads in shame. You are a disgrace to this country. You are not law-abiding citizens, and this is what the Labour Party is standing with. The Labour Party is standing with militant thugs. They're standing with Antifa. They're standing with bullies. This is who works for our elected Labour Party. goodbye. Na na na, na na na. Hey, goodbye. Na 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 na, na 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 na. Hey, goodbye. This is who you are standing with. You are standing with criminals. You are standing with violent anti-fascists who claim to be anti-fascists, but they are the real fascists. They shut down speech. They attack our speakers. They are a disgrace to this country. They are a disgrace to law and order. You're in jail. They are bullies. Vicky Foxcroft, this is who you stand with. We invited you to our protest. We wanted you to see. They are intimidating. They are the thugs. We are peaceful. We are here to protect children. They are here.
Sorry everyone, they can't let me cross the line because I haven't got
They
any
have
data.
children on their side of the protest, and they are
The protesters there are live stream as well.
They
I'm
are
not live, so I'll just try to get straight into it and take it.
You dirty balls! You're all balls! Yes! Take your children home! Your children should be black! You bastards! Heroes! Get your children out of here, you scumbags! Dirty bastards! Get your children out of here, you scumbags! Right guys, well it's genuinely bizarre what we're witnessing, but we expect nothing less than from far left extremism. So whilst the media and whilst you and your Socialist Worker Party and your nonsense talk about the far right, we will witness the far left, the #1 threat to national security in the UK in 2023. We are going to have a speaker now, one of our own activists. He is a giant of a man, he is courageous, he is British, he is one of us, he is on the right side of history. Ladies and gentlemen, Marco. Give him a big hand, guys, come on.
Hello. You question why we're here, and the answer to that is very simple. You've gone too far. Hello. Amazing. You question why we're here, and the answer to that is very simple. You've gone too far. Children are off limits. What you seek to do with your own mind, body and soul is your own doing. You cannot chemically castrate children, you can't physically castrate children in the name of inclusivity. You're mentally deranged. How you can, for some reason, think that you're on the side of what's right when your movement includes pedophiles, minor attractive people. You say that we are the ones that are evil, meanwhile, you want to groom our kids. Think about that for a second. There is not a day where you can look amongst yourselves and see a decent individual, and there's not a man amongst you there's not any amongst you that are men. All a bunch of soy boys, oatmeal, rice mill drinking individuals. I'll tell you one thing for certain. You're on the wrong side of history and you will not last. Your ideologies will die with you. You say that it's gender affirming care. You say it's gender affirming care. I say it's mental degeneracy. You say it's inclusivity. I say it's encouraging sexual degeneracy. What you want to do in the privacy of your own homes is up to you entirely. Leave the kids out of it. Protect our kids. Protect our kids. Protect our kids. Protect our kids! Protect our kids! Protect our kids! Protect our kids! And with that being said, thank you very much, and I'll pray for you.
Wow. Saying it as it is. Far better than I can. Saying it as it is. Should we have a chat about trans terrorism, guys? Should we have a chat about trans terrorism and the tweet that went viral from the guy that said, what was it, yesterday? On Hyde Park Corner tomorrow, start killing. Let women speak. Let women speak on Sunday.
You're a fucking shield.
The Let Women Speak movement is now being threatened with death threats. He's a trans activist. He's a trans activist, guys. Guys. Are we ready to have that conversation yet about trans terrorism? Not yet? We're not ready to have that chat yet? It's just so awkward, isn't it? And the 2010 Equality Act. You're a protected species, so you're above the law. Yeah? That's how this works, isn't it? You've gone too far. You've gone too far, and everyone knows it. The police know it. Government know it. You've gone too far. It's a fun day out for some of you, but for a lot of you, you're very dangerous human beings. Let's start having that conversation now about extremism in the UK and what it looks like in 2023. We'll be right back, guys.
The attempt in government.
Yeah, you fat cunt!
A bunch of
Right, guys. I mentioned earlier on that you're going to be made to look very silly by one of our speakers. We have a surprise, because I'm all about giving. We have an openly gay Jewish man married to, yeah, I know, married to an African, right? Now, I don't understand how we've got to this point whereby we have to even talk like this, because what you do behind closed doors over 18 is your business. But apparently we now do. So, an openly gay Jewish man married to an African man, right, is getting called a Nazi for the last few times we've done the protests, right? How is that even remotely possible? How can you stand there on that side? Is our group not diverse and inclusive enough? It makes no sense, guys, and you've exhausted me. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our activists, what a guy, standing up for what is right, Paul!
Well, first of all, a big thank you to my former colleagues from the Metropolitan Police. Yes, I'm a former colleague of yours. So, here we are again. I'm gay, I'm Jewish, but according to you, I'm a Nazi, which comes as a bit of a surprise because me never told me that. So, what do we have here? We have the usual lefty riffraff. We have the Jocastas, we have the Tristans, we have the Guardian readers, we have the soy milk drinkers, and they're getting very angry. We've got the rainbow sock wearers, we've got the fight for LGBT liberation. Well, there's no such thing, because we are liberated, because we're here, we're queer, and I'm not going anywhere, even though my shoes are killing me. I should not have worn these heels. So, what is it you're all moaning about? We've never said anything about people being trans. If you're over 18 and you want to be trans, fill your boots as long as they're kinky. We don't have a problem with that. But how on earth can a 3-year-old cogitate notions of 50,000 genders? There are only 2. There are not 50,000. You cannot change your gender.
It is absolutely physiologically impossible. Sex is determined in the womb. You can have as much cut and shunt surgery as you like. You can cut things off, you can stick things on, but you cannot change your DNA. It is impossible. All these coppers here, when they do their Cozart test in custody and they do their DNA test, that will tell you if that person is a man or a woman. You cannot be anything else. You can identify however you like. You can call yourself non-binary. You can call yourself a unicorn. You can call yourself Diane Abbott, but you'd have to be a racist to do that. I mean, where is Diane Abbott today? Where is our... Where is... Oh, look! They're shouting down a queer person. Oh, look! Diversity in action. They're shouting down a homosexual. They're shouting down a minority. I mean, that's really inclusive, isn't it? Oh yeah, we're anti-fascist, but we'll shout you down if you don't agree with us. Because the only diversity you lot can't tolerate is the diversity of opinion. That's right, try smiling. It's not going to be a long day, don't worry about it. You'll get up on time, don't worry. CO11 will pay your overtime, don't panic. So what do we have? We have a collection of misfit Guardian readers, social workers, teachers, the usual soy boys and oat milk drinkers. Where's the diversity over there? How many people of colour do I see over there? I can't see any. Where's their LGBT? Where's their disabled? Where's their Sikh? They're Muslim, they're Hindu, they're Christian, they're Buddhist. They don't have any. All we have is some loudmouth idiot with some rainbow socks and some women with questionable haircuts with a few signs. I mean, seriously, if they cover their faces, it's because mummy doesn't know they're here. Or they should be at work flipping vegan burgers and drinking soya milk. But no, mummy doesn't know they're here, so they've climbed through the window. Why aren't they wearing an Antifa mask? Because mummy wouldn't give them their pocket money to go and buy one. So they've had to go, oh look, still shouting. Oh look, cover their faces. Anti-fascist, but you're not brave enough to show your faces up. I noticed that the terrorist Palestinian flag didn't last very long. Probably because I said, when's the next gay pride march in Gaza? When's the next gay pride march in Gaza, Nick? Come on, answer the question. You can't answer. Well, I'm giving you an answer. There isn't one. Why? Because they throw gay people off the roof in Gaza. When's the next slut walk in Bethlehem? Answer, none. Why? Because they don't like gay people in Palestine. They murder them. But Gays for Palestine, probably the stupidest organisation ever known. I mean, yes, that's it. We'll form an organisation supporting the murder of our own people. I mean, if that isn't stupid, then I'm a bit lost. I mean, I'm as lost as Diane Abbott. Oh no! Diane, oh, by the way, I'll put all your minds at rest. Diane got the results of her IQ test. It came back negative. Don't worry about Diane. She's absolutely fine. Well, it's been fun winding up a few lefties. I do love it. It must have been benefit day yesterday. They managed to pay their bus fare. Thank you, Nick.
And there you have it. There you have it. There you have it. One last surprise for you guys. I noticed that Stand Up to Racism, there's quite a few groups, I don't know, Stand Up to Racism. Your president is Diane Abbott, yeah? You mean Diane Abbott the racist, yeah? It's so awkward, isn't it? It's so awkward. Last surprise for you guys, then we'll leave you to it. Leave you to go on Twitter and say how you chased us off. With 100 cops, I'm not sure how you did that. We both know that's not an option.
What's the worst that can happen?
Right guys, can you all just, on our side, can you just stay put and can you bunch towards the speaker? and you all bunch towards the speaker.
Right, guys, we want to do a group photo.
Spread the banners out. Can everyone holding the yellow one move to the left, please? Can everyone holding the Spanish one move to the right?
Right, guys. Let's all bunch in for a photo, guys. Come in, come in.
He's here always. There's limits. We'll go a tiny bit to the left as an act of kindness.
Can you hear the lefty sing? I can't hear a bloody thing. Right, guys, can everyone give a cheer? I'm going to form along the line if you don't mind. Someone would be proud of you. Can you tell me what it is yet? Right, guys, if you know what else, we're just going to arrange our exit now. So we've had all the speakers. We're here. Some of us are queer. How are we going home?
Sorry, miss.
Because I'm holding up the banners and they need less space, I guess.
I'm missing the head. I want to be
The best bet about yeah, actually, it's around down that
I know it's not fair, but it's what it is. It's all just crept out here. It's all just crept out. So I can't hear how loud that is.
and I said, I don't think you speak to
Communist scum! Off our streets! Communist scum! Off our streets! Communist scum! Off our streets!
Well, you know, the it's not just a big thing, though, is it?
If they don't have the stripes on the pin, yeah.
Why are you telling everybody what to do?
Well, if he's a blue vest, he wants you to organise basically the moving on. So there you go, to you guys.
Because you knew my name. That's why I think. We did some vet protest in the Northern Ireland office.
The thing is, the PLT, the blue vest, they go to everything. So they're at everything. Things like this
That's crazy. There's more conviction he wants to say. He doesn't believe it.
Although we did say, if he did it again, we'll arrest you, but in a nice way. As long as it's nasty.
What are your
I think the idea is one of your lads over there, the guy in the shop, organising the move.
Yeah, but which way?
That way for the time being.
Right guys, last thing. Tomorrow there is a protest at Hyde Park. A protest with Kelly J. Keane and Let Women Speak. You're all invited along tomorrow to join them in their march and stand up against trans terrorism, stand up for women. Can anybody tell me on the other side what a woman is? No, you'll probably need a diagram.
You ready?
It just goes against the grain, doesn't it?
I really find it hard. I can see it in your face, the anguish. Next song. Closer to us.
My ears hurt like shit. I hate these headphones hurt after an hour. Wow, they're alright.
It's a victory.
What a lovely way to address the sheep shag, is it? Has everyone seen the make I made of James Harvey shagging a Hitler sheep? Yeah. Brought that up the other day. He said I'm basically Hitler, so I just said, oh really? And I just showed him that photo. Did you get it on stream? Yeah, I did actually.
It wasn't as bad as it could have been.
It's gonna completely fall in. I want to stop the stream. I want to stop the stream, but everyone's still moving and this is heavily scary. Yeah.
Still won't get beat up by tranny.
I kind of do. I'd fancy my chances.
I think if we kick all the women in the bollocks, we'll be alright.
I knew it was you two. We filmed it, yeah.
The freedom march.
Yeah, remember these ladies?
Oh, yeah.
We did, yeah.
It does look fun. We just look very hot. Oh, wait, I don't fancy doing that. They have, that's right. Like Ben as well. When he just randomly shoot through. I know, I miss Ben. He's alright. I spoke to him the other day. He's doing alright. Oh, he's going to France, but because of riots.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I do anything, can you make sure I'm safe, firstly, and secondly, to share anything about. But yeah, of course. So where are we going? Yeah. Right, I'm gonna end the stream, but I'm gonna still have. Well, they're not actually following us, but
Linda, no, she's not going to Hyde Park tomorrow.
No, sorry. Money can't afford it. I'm going to Swansea next week, so that'll be a good laugh. But TrAntiFa will be there again, and Stand Up to Racism, all of those sort of groups. It's a protest with James Harvey. Oh, it's Students Against Tyranny's protests, I believe, against 15-minute cities. But yeah, I know I haven't got like a decent amount of views compared to what I usually get. So, welcome to my channel, everyone who is new, anyone who subscribed. I have a Friday show on UNN every Friday lunchtime on Unity News Network. So, have a look at that. That's basically it for what I do during the week. Any donations I may have made, thank you very much. It's all appreciated. It all goes towards the channel and the progression of said channel. Thank you. Well, any sort of support is always welcomed, of course. Be it likes or shares, subscribes, anything, comments, anything basically. So anything, I really do appreciate it. I think those are the main points I have to say. Thank you everyone, take care and have a wonderful, Saturday. Have a lovely weekend.